السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. التاريخ الإسلامي اليوم الأربعاء 11 من شهر ربيع الأول، غدا 12 مولد الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم, the birth of Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, سنة 1442 هجرية. الجو again back to غائم. الجو معتدل والسماء غائمة فالشمس غائبة. And I was really surprised that a lot of you mess up with this. Come on, guys. Anybody did not submit the homework is getting 0, and that 0 is not going to change because we already going to do it together now. الكلمة, the word مثنى, guys. مثنى is the two. مثنى is the two. It's the kalima already in the مؤنث form. مؤنث is the female. مؤنث is the female. مثنى is the two. And الكلمة, as you can see, I put it for you, all of them end with a تاء مربوطة, so all of them مؤنث. مؤنث, female. جمع is the 3 and more. Let me just put a sign this way, means 3 and up. مذكر is the male. مذكر is the male, okay? So now when I ask you, ما مثنى كبيرة, what's the 2 for كبيرة? You say كبيرة. تاء مربوطة, we change it to regular تاء, because that's تاء مربوطة, I cannot get rid of it. I change it to regular تاء, and then I have an option between ألف ونون. And a lot of you, I told you I need both option. A lot of you did not do both option. And that's why I took point for that. And كبيرتين. Whatever applied to كبيرة, I'm going to do a couple of them. Apply to صغيرة, small. صغيرة, تاء مربوطة, change it to regular تاء, then add ألف ونون. صغيرتان أو صغيرتين. With the ياء, make sure put the سكون and noon. ما جمع, and we'll do one more for صاحبة. صاحبة is the friend, synonym for صديقة. صاحبة, تاء مربوطة, change it to regular تاء and add ألف ونون. صاحبتان. صاحبتين, ياء سكون and noon. صاحبتين. Now, I'm going to jump right away to the مذكر. مذكر كبيرة is, just get rid of the تاء مربوطة. Come on, it's not hard. كبير. صغيرة, صغير. صاحبة, صاحب. مسلمة, مسلم. What's the female? What's the male? What's a مذكر for مسلمة? مؤمنة, مؤمن. Okay? So this should be very easy. Why a lot of you got mixed up? And yesterday we went over. I told you there is a special way and we were rhyming it. Remember we said صديقة, صديقات, جامعة, جامعات. So all what you do, كبيرة, كبير, I told you get rid of the تاء مربوطة, add ألف وتاء, كبيرات. And even Hani was doing it alone, repeating over and over. And by there's only few people did it. But you guys not doing pay attention, I guess, in class. صغيرات, صاحبة, صاحبات, get rid of تاء مربوطة and add ألف وتاء. صاحبات. مسلمة, مسلي, I get rid of the تاء مربوطة, ألف وتاء. مسلمات. مؤمنة, مؤمنات. You don't even have to memorize the plural for this because it's very easy, just a grammar. There's a female مجمع. It's called جمع مؤنث سالم. It's called this type of جمع because the جمع has names. I never asked you to know the names, but I just want to introduce you to it since it's following the same grammar as you can see. Same idea of the مثنى, there's a grammar for it, but there's some words that are irregular, like ولد, أولاد, بنت, بنات, for example, كتاب, كتب, دفتر, دفاتر. Those don't have a specific grammar, but for the مؤنث, the end with the تاء مربوطة, there's a grammar that I get rid of the تاء مربوطة, add ألف وتاء. كبيرة كبيرات, صغيرة صغيرات. Yesterday I remember exactly Hani was just, I say ماجم and he says صاحبات, مسلمات, مؤمنات, okay? So go over your homework and fix it. Make sure you fix it now because that's going to be included in the future quizzes or tests. Okay? Let's move to today. Today تعلمنا كلمة يستطيع. That was part of our word, means can. يريد. يريد means want. يزيد means increase. And ينقص, decrease or become less. Now when I put them together using لكن. لكن means but. Okay? I want to do this, but I can't. I want to do that, but I can't. Okay? So we're going to try now to work on this together. Please make sure you write the notes, write everything. Okay? Now, let's do it about Muhammad first. Muhammad, fat. How can I say fat, guys? Remember? We learned it. We learned the female one. Samin. Samin. Muhammad Samin. And he wants to decrease, like make his weight less. So we're gonna use ينقص and يريد. يريد, Muhammad Samin, يريد, wants, and to ينقص, what? What's the meaning of weight? وزن. وزن. And how can I do his? I add ها, وزنه. So Muhammad, fat, wants to make his wazn less, decrease, like the weight of his weight. But لكن okay, so let's continue. So Muhammad Samin, Muhammad fat, يريد, wants, to, and means to, ينقص, to become less, وزنه, his, الهاء means his weight. But he can't. Now I can say لكن means but. How can I say he? Again ha. لكنه. So again لكنه, we have to add the ha. The ha here means but he can't. How can I say? How can I turn? Now we learned that يستطيع means can. How can I make it can't? Just by adding لا. لا يستطيع. يستطيع. Okay? So Muhammad, again, Muhammad Samin, fat, Muhammad Samin, يريد, wants to decrease or lessen his weight, but he لا يستطيع, can't. So again, the كلمة can, يستطيع means can, C-A-N, capable for. But if you put لا before it, it will be no, you cannot, okay? Now let's change this one to what? Let's change this one to Fatima. Let's change it to Fatima. Yeah. Fatima. Samin will be Samina. I'm changing from Mudhakkar. Samin, Mudhakkar. Muhammad, Mudhakkar, male. To Samina. To Samina. Fatima, Samina. Turid, wants. She wants. And to Yanqus. Was here, I'm not gonna change it because again I explained to you which one, what's the thing that is gonna decrease. It's the weight. So the weight is wazn, and wazn doesn't end with a ta' marbut. So when I talk about wazn, I use the male way of speaking. Has nothing to do with Fatima. It's her weight, the one that go up and down. So yanqus follow the word weight. But how can I say her? وزنها. So ينقص وزنها. تريد أن ينقص وزنها. لا, but she can't. لكنها. Again. لكنها, but she what? لا تستطيع. She can't. So كلمة لا means no, and we're gonna change يستطيع here to what? To تستطيع. Okay? So فاطمة سمينة تريد أن ينقص وزنها, but she can't. لكنها لا تستطيع. Okay? Let's move them down. I want to move this down so we can have it all of it on one page. Okay, let's move it up. Now we have these the kalimat we're using, and we're trying to change it with the from مذكر here. It's مذكر محمد مذكر إلى فاطمة مؤنث. I'm gonna do one more with you, and then you're gonna continue by yourself. I'm gonna do it with the هما. Okay, هما, and I can replace هما with محمد وأحمد. Okay, so either you can talk about هما, you can use هما, or you can use محمد and Ahmad, but it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. So let's go down. I'm gonna say محمد وأحمد. سمين, how can I make it into two? What's مثنى? Now remember the kalimat we learn here. ما مثنى. مثنى means two. ما مثنى سمين. ما مثنى سمين. We're doing this one. ما مثنى سمين. This is the one we're doing. مثنى سمين, we just add ألف ونون. سمين is the kalima, and let's just add ألف ونون. سمينان. And both of them want to. يريدان. What? And to. ينقص, I don't touch it. Because again, it's about the wazn. Okay? But now here, I cannot say waznuhu because I have two. I'm going to use huma. Okay? So we say waznuhuma. It means there. It means there. Waznuhuma. Remember. So again, Muhammad wa Ahmad سمينان. يريدان, because it's follow the noun. The noun first, then all the verbs should be following with the alif wa nun, except here again, because ينقص, to be less, talks about the wazn, not about Muhammad and Ahmad, but their wazn. Okay? So وزنهما, but they can't because they're too fat and they don't do it the right way. لكن means but, and I have to connect it again with huma, but they can't. So huma, by the way, guys, can mean sometimes there and they also. Okay? لكنهما, let's continue. They can't. ما معنى they can? يستطيع. But how can I make it into two? I mean into no, I have to put لا. And how can I make تستطيع to talk about two people? تستطيع, and I add ألف ونون, same like يريدان. يستطيع, لكنهما لا, I'm sorry. يستطيعان, they're boys. Okay? يستطيع is the kalima. He cannot, but I want two people cannot. So يستطيعان, same like يريدان. So لكنهما لا يستطيعان. Okay? We're going to do it for homework with changing it to Fatima ومريم. And you're going to change it to Muhammad وأحمد وعلي. Okay, Muhammad وأحمد وعلي. That's going to be your homework. And please submit it by today. And make sure submit it on time, otherwise 0. Assalamu alaikum.